Hi everyone, my name's Dan Hodgkinson from AMCO Group and welcome to the CCC Load Data Process, or the RPA, which is the Robotic Processing Automation data file. The purpose of this spreadsheet is to receive data, maintain data and ensure that this data is good and valid. So to give you a quick overview, we have got several different tabs. As you can see, we have the profile team, which is going to be used to house all these company name and staff members that will be using the sheet. The NINORs, which are your consignee and consignors, or the buyers and sellers. The products, which will have several bits of information on the products that you'll be selling or buying. The new load tab, which is where you're going to actually create the shipment, and the pro forma, which will generate a small invoice for you. Okay, the first tab you'll need to fill out is the profile team tab. This tab is very simple to fill out. All you need to do is add your company name into here, and then this section will be populated with the staff members that will be using all of the spreadsheet, just full name and the email address. Main purpose of this is so we know who to contact if we do have any queries, or just to send back confirmations to. Now we will need to fill out the NINOR section of the spreadsheet. This is the tab that will hold all your buyers and sellers, or in our terms it's the consignee and consignors. At the moment you can enter a maximum of 50, but if you do need more you can create as many versions of this spreadsheet as you need. That could be either based on just the companies, the imports or exports, whatever or however you need to split it, you can do. So to start off, we'll enter the short code of the company. This will possibly be something system driven that you already have to uniquely identify each company. You'll need the company name, and most importantly you'll need the EORI number. You will need to make sure that these EORI numbers are validated and they are correct. Easiest way you can do that is once you've entered the number in here, you click this arrow just to the right hand side and it will load up just a website there from the Taxation and Customs Union, that this EORI number is currently valid, which is what we wanted. Yep, okay, and then just for an example for an invalid EORI number, if you click that one again, you can see there that this EORI number is not valid. So you would need to go back to the company and double check that they have supplied you with the right one. This information is important. If it is incorrect, it will make the process fall down and we will come back with errors. Now that your NINOR tab has been populated, it's time to fill out the products tab. This is going to be where you put the product codes, commodity codes and the descriptions of the products. So start off with the product code, product 123, and then the commodity code for that product. It does need to be 10 digits. I missed one out. There we go, 10 digits long. As you can see here, it's come up with a check on the left hand side. I'll go into that in a second. Lastly, you want to enter the description of the goods. This is not the description for the commodity code, it's a description of the good itself. So as I said a moment ago, it's come up with a check. This is because it doesn't recognise this as a commodity code. If you click the arrow towards the right hand side under check, it will take you to the EU tariff website. And as you can see, this website has come back to say that it's not valid, it doesn't exist. So you would need to go back to your customer or supplier to get them to double check the commodity code. For an example of a correct commodity code, and there you go, you can see its tariff has loaded up that commodity code and all the information that is applicable to that code. If any of your products do contain milk or sugar, there is a MRCing code box here. This will automatically highlight if it is required, and then to find out what the code is, you can just click this link here and it will take you through a short questionnaire to work out what the code is. Okay, now that we have the profile team, NINOR and the products tab filled out, we're able to populate the new load tab. This is going to be where you will actually detail any requirements for shipments. So we'll start off with your name. Fairly obvious, you just put in the name of the person who is completing this form, so in this case it's me. The movement type. This is important as it does tell us which processes are required based on the direction of the vehicle. You've got several EU to EU, EU mainland to GB, GB to EU, etc, etc. There's quite a few to choose from. As you click one, you can see that it populates this middle section here, which does tell you what is required for this journey to be completed. Just to show you, it changes for whatever's required. You can see here you've got your nice header just to reinforce which option you have chosen. Next, we need to choose if it's an FCL or an LCL. This is just a full container load or a less than container load. So FCL I'll use for this purpose. The truck and trailer, this is going to be the number of the vehicle that's completing the journey, the loading date of when it's going to be leaving, country of dispatch, so we have chosen GB to EU, so it's leaving Great Britain, and its destination, let's just say Italy, and it's gone to Italy. So the exit port 1, which port is it leaving from? In this case it's Dover, and entry port 1 is what port is it going to enter at? It's going to be Calais. Might not always be the case, but your logistics operator will be able to provide this information for you. The second set of exit and entry ports may only be required if it's a transit. So if it's going to exit and entry at another port and then do another one within the same journey. Okay. If a transit is required, you can see that this box is lit up to tell me that it is required. You will need to enter the Office of Destination code. To find out what that code is, if you click this link here, it will take you to the EU website. There you go, and this is where you can find out what the code is. So if you enter the country that it is going to, in this case it's Italy, just select all. And if you scroll to the bottom, you can see you've got Office of Destination here. If you just tick that and search, you can see it brings up a whole host of information of which points it should be delivering to. This is something that your customers should be able to inform you of prior. So if we just choose the top one for now, and you can see it says there, Office of Destination, and that code is IT014100. So if I just close this down, IT014100. There. So your job reference, easy enough, is the unique job reference that you will be using. Ref 123. 123. There we go. Consignor and consignee shortcodes. They're your buyers and your sellers. So this drop-down box is populated by whatever information you've got stored in your Ninor tab. So I'm just going to choose AMCO for that one, and code 3 for AMCO for that one, and code 3 for this one. As you can see there, it's filled in the exporter and the importer at the top for you. Invoice number, this is going to be your invoice number from your commercial invoice, so inv 123. The currency of that invoice, so I'm going to say euros, and the Incoterms. The Incoterms are really important. It all depends on it tells us who's responsible for which section, etc. So if we pick one, you can see it tells us on the right hand side who is responsible for which part. You can see they're all there, and they're all fairly informative. So I'm just going to pick FCA for this one. Okay, so now we have done what the header information, as we call it. Now it's time to populate the product section. So again, this is a drop-down box of all the product codes that are stored in your products tab. If I just pick one now, you can see it's pulled up the commodity code information, the GB and EU duty rates, and the description of the goods as well. Again, all of this information is brought forward automatically by the formulas in the background. You will now need to enter the number of packages. If I just put 10, the types of packages it is. So you've got several options: boxes, bulk, cases, etc. So I'm just going to say pallets, the item gross weight, the item net weight, and the item value. It's there for you. So now this shipment has got a tick, it's good to go. If you do have more than one item, which is likely, you can just carry on entering as many codes as any products as you need to complete. Meant to say boxes to complete this shipment, like so. So now once you've populated that, you can see it's got the exporter, importer, the invoice total, how many packages, the truck number, the load date, and the weights, net and gross. Once that's all complete, you can save this as a file, keep it somewhere local to you, and email it over to AMCO. at customs@amco-group.co.uk. Please include any commercial invoices, packing lists, or any other appropriate documents. We will send you back a confirmation of the receipt and return the required customs paperwork, including the relevant MRNs as well. Okay, now that we've got all that filled in, all this information here has been brought forward into a pro forma invoice, which holds all the information that you've entered. This is generated automatically, and this is just to be used just in case you haven't been able to raise a commercial invoice on your own end due to out of office hours or working from home, self-billing, etc. Okay, now I've got all those filled out. We'll just give a quick summary. You've got the welcome page. You've got the profile team tab, which is where you're going to enter your company name and all the staff members that use this sheet. The Ninor tab, which is going to hold all your buyers and sellers, or your consignee and consignors. Please do remember to enter your own company and your number into there. The products tab, which is going to hold all your product codes, commodity codes and descriptions. The new load tab, which is what you're going to use to create any shipments, and the pro forma tab just as a backup pro forma if you can't get a commercial invoice for whatever reason. These spreadsheets are version controlled, and when there is any updates we're going to continue to develop this and send it out for you. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.